For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
They said there wouldn't be any trash talk, but that promise crumbled fast. What started as a respectful press conference between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford quickly spiraled into a full-blown verbal war. The tension in the room was electric, and it didn't take long before tempers flared.
Yeah, too late, but no fight too, yeah, of course. No, I mean, I'm not here to fight. Huh? Not here to fight. Yeah, so.
They need to talk and talk about fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters and want to approach a great fight. Yeah. We don't need to start.
I am sure in the end of that, and the magnificent.
Gone was the mutual respect. Both fighters tore into each other with no filters and no hesitation, and we all know who threw the first punch verbally. Canelo lit the fuse with a sharp insult that left the room stunned, and Crawford fired right back.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see. You know it.
Despite this being billed as the fight of the century, Canelo made it clear he's not losing sleep over Crawford moving up in weight. Beating a former lightweight doesn't prove anything, Canelo had said in an earlier interview. When asked if a potential loss would damage his legacy, he didn't even blink. "He's not beating me. Don't worry, he's not," Canelo stated with calm confidence. This fight's already written into history.
Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history.
For sure, that's for sure. He's a great fighter, but I'm better, Canelo declared. "Everyone focuses on my power, but I bring much more than that." At 34, Canelo is actually younger than Crawford. Yet, somehow, Crawford is the one being painted as the hungry lion. The truth? Canelo turned pro at just 15, has collected 11 world titles, fought nearly 70 professional bouts, and has stepped into 27 championship fights. Experience isn't just on his side, it's his trademark.
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never gonna say another man gonna whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
With 19 world title bouts and 2 divisions conquered as an undisputed champion, Crawford's resume speaks for itself. Now, he's chasing history, aiming to become the first male boxer in history to claim undisputed titles in 3 weight classes, giving props to Claressa Shields for already doing it in women's boxing. "I'm taking those belts," Crawford said with laser focus. "Nobody's stopping me. Just wait.
I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running, you know, I could tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Give me wrong. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's not Canelo.
Canelo began his pro journey in 2005, turning pro at just 15 years old. Crawford entered the scene in 2008, aged 20. But now, Crawford insists this moment belongs to him. "I called him out. He's the last star left from the Mayweather-Pacquiao de La Hoya era," he said. "We came up at the same time. He got the big names, I didn't. But now, this is my moment."
Because this is all about I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna.
Canelo is headlining shows on Netflix, filling billion-dollar stadiums in Vegas, and dominating headlines, but Crawford stood tall, firing back with intensity. Canelo can't beat me, inside or outside that ring, you all know what I bring. And no, I'm not talking about the streets. Canelo, unfazed, delivered a calm counter, forget the street talk. This is boxing. This is real.
They rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we gotta fight, and I'm gonna win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you push for?
No, I didn't.
And there's any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
As tensions escalated, host Todd Grisham asked about mental focus. Crawford didn't blink. I'm not worried about scorecards. My job is to take care of business in that ring, and I will. He acknowledged Canelo's toughness, but drew the line. Everyone's got a breaking point. I shine brightest when the lights are hottest. I'm not letting him steal this moment from me.
Players would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything. I want him at his best.
Canelo welcomes the challenge, want him at his best. He said, having faced both larger and smaller opponents, the two-division undisputed champ doesn't faze him one bit. I've been here before. Size has never been the issue. I train to conquer whoever's in front of me. Winning is in my DNA. I'm focused, and thanks to Netflix and Turkey, this fight is about making history.
You say from memory that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that, just sizing him up like that and going to his fight.
As the final face-off nears, both fighters sent powerful messages to their supporters. I always deliver fireworks, Canelo told fans, thanks for riding with me. Don't miss this one, whether you're in the arena or at home, I'm getting the win. Meanwhile, Crawford had a message just as bold, get suited up. We're bringing more belts back. This is a major night, for the sport, and for history.
He's not the same fighter, his punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight, you're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight.
Crawford isn't playing games. His mission is crystal clear, to become boxing's first ever three-division undisputed male champion. And where will this historic fight go down? In front of 65,000 fans at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. This isn't just another main event, it also marks Dana White's first official entry into boxing promotion. This isn't just a fight. It's a statement to the world.
I waste my time with this question.
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime.
Yeah, this is what I want from you, to say his name. I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights.
Turki Alalchik, head of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority and the architect behind the kingdom's sports revival, usually stays behind the curtain. But not this time. At the first stop of a three-city press tour, Alalchik took center stage and stole the show. Before Canelo or Crawford even spoke, reporters swarmed Alalchik with questions for 25 minutes straight. And he didn't hold back. No more cartoon fights, he warned, no more chess matches. I want war, real knockouts, real violence. This wasn't just a request, it was a directive. A call for blood. A message to both men, play it safe, and the backlash will be brutal.
Dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time with this question. Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport number one in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
Often referred to as His Excellency, Turki Al-Alshik is the mastermind fueling Saudi Arabia's boxing boom, and he's not here for passive strategy. I can't stand those Tom and Jerry matches, he said, condemning fighters who run and survive instead of engage. I want violence. Blood. Bruises. That's what boxing is. He didn't need to rewrite the rules, his presence alone set the tone. Canelo and Crawford are expected to fight, not coast. At the Riyadh face-off, the pressure was clear. Crawford stood his ground, and the stare-down hinted at the war to come. But fans still remember Canelo's last outing, a lackluster win over William Skull. The crowd booed Skull's running, and Canelo didn't press hard enough to change the narrative. If this new Saudi era is going to survive, it needs fireworks. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about control, spectacle, and political power.
This is what I want from you to say his name. I decided with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick, and after that we will go dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. You waste.
Speaks to you about some of Turkey's comments. He said he doesn't want Tom and Jerry, people running away in the ring. What did you make of that?
I agree with that. You know, people want to see a good fight. And I agree with that.
Do you think
because you know people come and spend money to see a great fight, and if the other fighter come and run all the night and don't make a good fight, it's a deception.
Now weighing in 14 pounds heavier, Crawford, 37, is stepping into an entirely new division to face Canelo, 34. The physical leap is undeniable, but the mental challenge may be even greater. Nobody's going to dictate how I fight, Crawford stated boldly. I've done this too long. I'm not running. But I will hit him clean. Before facing Madrimov, Crawford racked up 11 straight knockouts, a streak that built his legend. Canelo, meanwhile, hasn't scored a stoppage win since 2021. Canelo called this upcoming clash a fight for the history books. But his last bout, a flat win over Skull, failed to ignite excitement. Only winning matters, Canelo said, but if he was listening to Al-Alshik at the press event or during their private dinner, he'd know winning alone won't cut it. Australian journalist Tazzy Brown compared this matchup to a Marvin Hagler classic. Canelo appreciated the praise, but reality looms large, expectations are sky high, and fans want blood, not just belts. Let's see if His Excellency reminds them of that before the two step into Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, for all the belts, and possibly, for control of boxing's new world order.
You heard His Excellency saying no more Tom and Jerry, no more running, but you're moving up 2 weight classes. It's not going to be smart for you to stand there and hammer it out with this guy. So how do you kind of balance that, not running, but being elusive in fighting Canelo?
However I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be